How you doing? My name's Jeff Proctor. I am the inventor and builder of Procs Huntin Buddies. Ask, what is a Procs Huntin Buddy? Procs Huntin Buddy is a human decoy. And what it does is get the deer used to the human shape in your hunting spot. When you get out there, the deer will already be deprogrammed, so to speak, to your figure sitting in your blind. Then they will no longer be spooked by your shape being there in the woods, which wasn't there last week, So long as it's been there for a week or two, the deer don't really care anymore that much about it. One of the first times I used the Huntin Buddy concept, I was having a deer catch me in my blind. He would sit out about 35, 40 yards and blow at me. I also had does out even farther than that catch me sitting in my blind and blow at me and pretty much alarm everything around you that you're there. So I was talking to a guy at work about it, and he told me, well, why don't you try hanging a shirt up in your blind? He says, I've tried that a few times, and that seemed to work for me. Just put it on a hanger and hang it in your blind and leave it there. Well, I thought, that's a pretty good idea, but I really don't look like just a shirt. So I just went one step farther and used a whole body coverall and a carrot bag for a head. Stuffed them with leaves, put them in my blind, and left it there. Come back a couple weeks later, and that buck checked me out, but he wasn't as afraid of me as he was the first time he seen me there. So he was getting kind of used to seeing it there, and it wasn't moving, so it wasn't bothering him. After about the third week, I did harvest that buck. Made up a style that I thought would work with the camouflage material, but it wasn't waterproof. And like with the coveralls, it got wet, gets frozen, stiff, gets very heavy, and they get hard to handle. So I found a tent material to make them out of that was lightweight, pliable, easy to work with, pretty much puncture resistant, UV resistant, so it doesn't fade, and started making them out of that. Stuff them with leaves and weeds, carry them out in the woods, and I just leave them there. I actually put them out in the second week of September, and I'll leave them right there until January. When I want to hunt that spot, provided the wind is right, I will just either lay him down on the ground or sit on him. He makes a nice soft cushion, by the way. It might look a little funny, but hey, whatever works to help you get that big buck. I was truly amazed at how well the concept does work. I've had these deer within 5 feet of me. We just recently tried something different, putting a little bit of a corn scent on them, and we literally had a deer licking the corn scent off the Huntin Buddy. The body being there all the time really makes a difference, because these deer, it's like your dog. If you put something different out in your backyard, the dog's going to notice it, and he's going to go right straight to it. Your deer stand is empty 95% of the year. Then you're sitting in it. You don't think them deer notice? They notice. That's how you got to be smarter than they are. I'm not saying deer are stupid. They aren't stupid. Put a Procs Huntin Buddy up there 2 to 3 weeks before you go to hunt that spot and watch and see what happens. I'll tell you what, you'll be amazed at how close that deer's going to come to you with his tail down and not be alarmed at you being up there in the blind. I'm going to show you partly how we make the Huntin Buddy. I've already pulled the material off from the roll, which I have here, and laid it out and pinned on the patterns. Now these patterns I remade myself in order to get the right shape and closure stuff that I needed. But it was just a basic pattern to get me started with what I wanted to end up with, and that is the style you see here on the wall and in the chair of the Huntin Buddy. So he looks more human than just say a costume or whatever that was, you know, bought out of a store. There it is. There's the first part. That's the sleeves front. I only got 9 more pieces to go. I'm going to show you just one of the steps here of what actually goes into making a buddy. And you'll see that he is a well-made product. You know, he's going to last you for many years if you take care of him. I mean, you can't just abuse him like anything else and expect it to last. Just a little bit of care, and you'll have many years of use out of him. That's how you make a curved line into a straight line when sewing. Makes a big difference trying to put pieces together that way. If you don't do this, that piece just will not go together right. Go ahead, try to make one at home yourself.